Fuck, I did it again.
This is the safe room Will showed me. The one with the altered eye. Great. More clocks.
I'm running out of time for the day too. Come on, Necroxix. You gotta do this correctly.
The fuck is that?
This is basically that second flying wave that I have to worry about. I have to deal with them and then I should be able to finish this. Which way is he shooting? I think he's shooting at me now. Nope. This is it. This is it. This is... Hey. You take your stupid clock. I killed him, now what? I gotta talk to this.
There.
Ooh, 3
No
ability
wonder the
points.
Rangers had such a hard time with that one.
Anchor. Blackrock paneling successfully prevents manifestation of the spheres. A Trotman-style anchor made of iron with a wooden stock, surface is rusted, weighs 3,700 some pounds. The item generates a persistent blank sphere, purpose of which is currently unknown. Obviously, its purpose is to fucking destroy me. The sphere is always generated at a precise point in relation to the item, specifically horizontal feet and vertical feet from the of the anchor. Appendix. Ranger First Class was dropped into the sphere wearing a diving suit and dedicated oxygen line at AMEST. After 10 minutes and 13 seconds inside the sphere, its oxygen line was cut at the sphere's border by an unseen force. All agents in the room during entry into the sphere experienced vomiting, vertigo, and loss of fingernails within an hour of one another. Ranger has been declared MIA, presumed dead. Alright, so we can... Alright, let's continue the quest, because I have very little time left for today. I'm just going to do it this way so I can get back to the save point without having to try and run back like an idiot. We'll see how much further I can get. Because the rest of the game is going to end up becoming a doozy. 8 ability points. I should buy something. I think I'll max out health. And then we'll go for energy after that. I just have enough for that and that. Then we'll max out energy. I don't think the levitate's going to make a lot of difference, if any. So we gotta talk to Emily in the executive boardroom. Right there. So Zelfo's playing a KFC dating sim this whole time now? Not all of us can make the wise choices in life.
The resonance emitted from the HRAs is purely antithetical to every variant of the His signal I can arrange. But how did Darling create it?
Who's she talking to? I just noticed there's a whole bunch of papers to read. To examine the invasion's timeline of events for possible patterns in his behavior. Establishing a timeline is difficult at present because of the lack of reliable communications between the Bureau's sectors and staff. Preliminary models indicate ground zero of the invasion is located within the executive sector. Once it becomes possible to interview surviving personnel, pinpointing the exact location should be feasible. Other outstanding questions that a timeline may help answer. How did the His get past the internal lockdown? How does the His resonance advance through space, deliberately or uniformly? What is their ultimate goal? The outside world, a cross-dimensional destination? We will never know, maybe. Who knows? If we understand the His to be a force based on vibration and resonance, then perhaps their incantation, which is now the agreed-upon term for their vocalization, is an effort to express that resonance using human vocal cords and speech. Would there be differences if the incantation were recited in a different language? The most common word used is want. Interestingly, every usage of the word is attributed to a you. You want to listen? You want this to be true? You want these waves to drag you away? Are we the you, the His? That's a lot of quotations. Does the His believe humanity, possibly all non-His life, wants to join it? To be consumed by it, is that its goal? The second most used words are through and time. Is this possibly the hiss stating how they arrived here, or an indication of its age? There's a clear intention of the words, dismissing the incantation as nonsense, as some of my colleagues recommend is beyond idiotic. E. Researchers were sent to transcribe the recursive chant repeated by the hiss entities. In the interest of safety, this was done with the non-aggressive floating hiss entities. However, no distinction between this repeating phrase and the one repeated by the more violent hiss entities have been observed. What is the purpose of this repeating string of words? Is this how the hiss corrupts individuals? Does the chant produce a physical effect? Is it a message, an incantation? We were able to record first-hand recitation of the chanting. See the corresponding audio, whatever. Alright, what do you have to say?
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here.
Yeah, but it's probably a troublemaker.
Am I too late?
How is he? I need to know. He's clearly been affected by the hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation.
Nah.
I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him. My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Oh, okay. I wasn't being careful all this time. You should have told me sooner. There's still a red.
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
No.
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine. A researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
Agreed.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
Boobs. Oh wait, these are new, I think.
I visited the quarry. What's the plan for all that black rock?
The Bureau has used Blackrock almost exclusively for containment purposes. See, I say, branch out. Instead of boxes, helmets. Instead of blast shields, knives.
Cod pieces.
Knives?
Cod pieces.
Yes, knives. So many combat applications. Slicing, stabbing, gouging.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I've been trying to get Darling to explore combat applications for years. I got a little excited.
Wow. I did not expect that from her.
Yeah, she's got something.
This place is looking good. Arish is making real progress around here.
Right? This place is a fortress. And with him taking care of operations here, I can spend more time analyzing the hiss. I've been attempting to isolate and neutralize the hiss resonance in blood samples, but no luck so far.
So you can't reverse it?
Not yet, but perhaps reversing it is too simple. See, if hiss resonance can rewrite human genetics, then perhaps it's a question of rewriting the hiss resonance. In theory, that could pave the way for custom human genetic alteration.
Yeah, that's way better than something
I wonder
simple,
how
of course.
often the phrase mad scientist is used around here.
Can't say I'm following her logic on that, though.
How is HRA production coming along?
Better than expected. We've already made enough to get people out of a couple safe rooms.
Wow.
And they're here, alive, thanks to you.
Sorry.
We never would have lasted this long if you hadn't walked in those doors.
Makes me wish I never walked through those
You deserve
doors.
thanks too, of course. We got this place up and running together, Emily.
No, I did it myself. Me, I get all the credit. I did all the work. I killed the stupid anchor.
I should be going. Enjoy your data.
Oh, I will.
I did it. I did it all. All she did was sit there doing nothing. So we need to go speak with Dylan in Executive Central Executive. So it's just literally upstairs here.
Oh my god, did she have to write everything in her made-up gibberish code? Fucking Marshall with her CIA spy shit, god. I don't think I ever told you this, but I was actually on the path to being a ranger once. Did the whole boot camp thing.
So what?
Got rookie status.
Why are you so short?
Anyway, not the point. My old ranger squad was a great bunch. There was 6 plus me. Remus, Hazard, Joe, Guy, Hepton, Stoll, and Thompson. They were supposed to get back from an expedition yesterday. We had beers and wings planned. Problem is, they weren't here when Darling handed out the HRAs.
Then they had nothing protecting them from the hiss.
You see, they prepped for the worst, but I think that we're already past that. We all wore these pouches around our neck, and I really don't want the hiss to get them. Could you find them for me?
No.
The squad would have come back through maintenance, but they probably spread out from there.
I'll keep an eye out for them, Arish. And I won't let them stay hiss.
Well, I mean, it gives us a reason to kill them without people being all butthurt.
What's the deal with BlackRock?
Oh, fuck. Don't get me started on BlackRock. You know, ever since research found out that it blocks paranatural stuff, they have just been parading dangerous materials in and out of the fucking quarry.
It's just rock.
Fucking lab coats, man. Love making my job harder.
Sounds like there's some tension between departments.
Still, at least the quarry's got a good view of the night sky. You know, me and Salvador used to have after-work beers down there.
How do you have a view of the night sky down there? It's a cave inside a building. Underneath that building, anyways. I think this guy's been eating some of the rock.
What do you know about Dr. Darling?
About as much as anybody, I guess. Head of research, loves to hear himself talk. All of those science types absolutely do. Now he's been acting a little bit psycho recently. Although HR told me not to use that word, so...
Everyone thinks finding Darling will lead us to the answers. But if he's completely lost it, then what help could he be?
So yeah, if HR doesn't like you calling someone psycho, just use stronger words such as batshit crazy. And then they won't mind you using psycho anymore. It's the same thing with microtransactions now. Everyone thinks cosmetics is okay. No, it never was. It's just we push too far and then we can take a step back and suddenly psycho's
You're
okay.
security, right? Do you work with Rangers?
Are you an elf?
Rangers are specially trained in threshold reconnaissance and ground zero AWE response. Security is more interested in the dangers inside the Bureau.
They must see some weird stuff out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, every week they are tackling things that were previously unknown to the human experience. Most Rangers, they retire due to cognitive collapse. I looked up the medical definition. Not fun.
Para. Or, in this, you can also add the word astral in front of everything. It's not just for astronauts, an astral psychopath. Astral psycho.
How does the Bureau handle thresholds?
Handle might be a bit of an optimistic way to put it. Marshall sends her Rangers in to map them, check growth rates, locate epicenters, take samples, measure stuff, basically.
Sounds like he's done his homework.
Now, down in maintenance, thresholds are used just like any other tool. Lab coats mine black rock from one, maintenance siphons water from another. We use it for pretty much everything, except drinking.
Why don't you drink it? Do I even want to know?
Yeah, a lot of time we find these little chunks in it. It's pretty gross.
Run it through a
I
filter.
didn't want to know. What do you think of Marshall?
Marshall? Marshall's a fucking badass. Rangers could not ask for a better leader. She's a little, you know, intense, but given the stuff she's seen, I'm not surprised.
It's the one with the short white
She
hair.
does have a bad habit of disappearing, though.
Where does she go?
Last time she vanished, I did some digging into the security logs. I found camera footage of her entering the quarry. She was down there alone for days. Now, typically that's not allowed, but Marshall is kind of above the rules.
I wonder what she finds so interesting in the quarry.
My guess is she was probably using the bathroom and she had to traverse massive lengths because the building changed shape and
I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy.
so it's a
you know?
long expedition.
Oh, God, did she have to write everything in her made-up gibberish code? Fucking Marshall. CIA spy shit.
Okay, where are you? In here? Dylan? There's a not Dylan's room. Objects of power are unique in their capacity to grant certain individual paranatural abilities. We call these individuals para-utilitarians. How many times have we read that phrase? I swear. The potency of these abilities depend on the para-utilitarian. Using the blood object of power as an example, some para-utilitarians can achieve a throw distance of blood, while others are only capable of as little as blood. What exactly determines an individual's paranatural competence is unknown, but it is largely believed that some blood exists within the body and that, like all muscle, it can be exercised. To continue my analysis, I have officially requested access to the Northmore records, considering he is one of the most accomplished para-utilitarians the Bureau has ever seen. Dr. Darling is still considering this request. House boost. I'm just looking at, yeah, see, we're getting high on the numbers here. So let's start deleting some of the low tier stuff. Oh. We have one like that. Yeah, we're just gonna get rid of low tier doodads. Since we randomly come across stuff, might as well only keep the higher tier and then sort through it later. So he's upstairs somewhere, but she didn't really tell me exactly where.
Apparently the director restored HRA production. They're already getting other survivors out of safe rooms.
Great. Maybe I can get back to my office soon.
More notes.
I'm just having a door to...
Dr. Darling has personally recommended Ms. Pope for promotion based on her work ethic and assistance in advancing many ongoing research matters. See the reports, blah blah blah, for breakthroughs resulting from her work. According to her colleagues, Pope has displayed a keen eye for detail and a quick grasp of paranatural concepts. She is professional and diligent, though some of her co-workers complain of social disinterest. The review committee approves the recommendation and promotion. Blah, 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 blah. Don't really give a fuck about her. Oh. This looks...
What do you know about this Arish guy?
I heard some rangers saying he saved them in maintenance. They were attacked by a new kind of hiss, and Arish got them out.
All right, but still.
Where's
A
this
security
leader?
guard leading rangers?
What?
I don't know if I like taking orders from a mall cop.
Well, I guess this solves the mystery of the missing post-it notes. Sticky note complaint. To whom it may concern, in case you are not aware, something caused a sticky note in my office to duplicate. My office is unusable now. I will be working from home until this is resolved. You can reach me on my cell or home phone. I hate that. Sticky notes just start duplicating. Why couldn't it have been like money? Then you like take it to the bank and they're like, why is every single bill you have the exact same serial?
Through here?
Shut
Why
up.
the fuck didn't we put a bullet in that thing's head?
I heard it's the director's
I
brother.
don't think that's
Would
the
you
right
shoot
way.
your brother?
That's no one's brother anymore. He's the enemy, plain and simple.
Where is he? Where is it? Oh, it's just a radio. Be pondering the meaning of life while you're staring at that radio? Thinking deep thoughts. These guys look like they're guarding something. Oh yeah.
You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been in there. You are this control. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
So is it everything you wanted it to be, honey? You found your stupid brother. He looks not in the best state.
Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been in there. You are this control. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
Nothing else in here.
More, and warned you. You are a worm through time.
Shit.
The thunder's home distorts you.
That's Dylan.
Comes white pearls,
Can
but
you
yellow
hear
and
me?
red in the eye.
Oh, come on, Dylan. I'm here.
By the door.
I found you.
The surface into the way. You've always been in there. You want this to be true.
Do you know who I am?
Oh, you know me. Say it.
Of course it's...
You're Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person.
I do that too.
Always a good sign.
Do you know who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better.
Well, that's good. Let's get you home.
Surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you
to
stop
be
that?
true.
Please.
Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
Don't know what you were
It
expecting.
feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good.
Did they give you a
Don't want to
lobotomy?
say them too.
No. Fuck off, no.
I like crayon.
You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only true. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Stop it!
Orange peel.
Shit. Shit.
She's a
He can see you.
multi-iteration
This is
of
not
a
safe.
copy.
We
Orange?
found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small, in Ordinary, in the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers.
Yeah, she gave them all to me.
All the powers are my own powers.
Can I have them too? I can use more.
She didn't help when they locked me up for years. After the song time for applause, we build you till nothing remains. The air cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home. The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny. I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free.
Who's her?
Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet.
Yeah, but I'm getting superpowers out of
You
it.
can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
No, I doubt it.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
It's too late.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jesse. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there.
Sweet.
Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for the slide projector. You can help me. We can end this.
Or we can make it worse.
You are a worm through time. You are a worm through time. The thunder's home distorts you. Happiness comes.
I don't know what else I'm hoping to find here.
Dylan. Can we talk?
Yeah, do you remember where I left my
I'd
remote
like
for
to
the
tell you
TV
about a dream I had
about 17
last
years
night.
ago?
Off to a good start.
Okay. I'm listening.
I was back in Ordinary before all of this happened. But in the dream, I was alone. It was just me.
Great
I was
dream.
the only child. A girl.
Nice.
My name was Jesse Dylan Faden. But then the Bureau came and caught me, brought me back here, locked me up. Have you ever noticed that our names, Jesse, Dylan, they could be girls' names, boys' names, could be anything.
Uh-oh. Gee,
Don't you find that weird?
could they be
I find
going
that
with
weird.
this where I think they're going with this?
Sure.
What the hell was that? Is he trying to mess with me?
You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts.
Like, I'm not gonna say anything more, but there's still an icon.
Maybe Dylan's still in there. Maybe there's a way to reach him.
I'd like to talk to my brother, please. Dylan?
Dylan would like to tell you about a dream he had just now.
This again?
I was going to be the new director of this place.
And no, you're not. I am.
I helped you get a job here so that we could be together.
We are
You were
together.
an office
We just keep
assistant.
you in a cage.
You'd make coffee and deliver the mail, and there was always plenty of work to do. And it stayed that way forever and ever.
That doesn't sound like a director's job.
It was nice,
No,
really nice.
I'm not your secretary.
That's debatable.
But here's the strange thing. The dream shifted, and none of it was real anymore. It was a game. We were in a game, and it was a fucking boring game. But you couldn't stop playing.
Yeah, we got too many people watching. I
And
can't
then
stop.
it shifted again. Or maybe it was another dream already. Or maybe I'm just confusing them. But in this other dream, it was more like a musical. This is an ordinary song about an ordinary girl from an ordinary town. It's the ordinary story.
That's a terrible story.
She worked an ordinary job in an ordinary office. And something.
Yeah, you should work on those
And that's
lyrics.
all I can remember of that dream.
Maybe that's for the best.
I probably just scrapped the whole damn song. That was bad. Damn it, it's still got another icon. Fine.
Maybe I can learn more about the hiss from him.
Can we talk?
I don't think we're gonna learn anything from him. Not the way he is
I
right now.
just had an interesting dream.
You always have interesting dreams.
Oh, shit.
And they all suck.
That's fascinating, but let's talk about the hiss for a change, yeah?
Yeah.
This dream was about the hiss.
Best I'm gonna get.
In my dream, the hiss had broken free of this prison, this house. I'd set it free. And the president himself was there to welcome us. He was the first one to take the hiss in. Spread the word. At first, many people thought it was horrifying. That he was horrifying. But also, many people who heard his words wanted to welcome the hiss in. And slowly, more and more of them came around until the whole world was brought together by the hiss. It was wonderful.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that.
For the record, that will never happen.
Time.
Not as long as I'm alive.
For the record, don't listen to what she said. Because if I have the option, I will totally allow it. Let me guess. Another dream from Mr.
Maybe
Dream
I'm
Boy.
just here to punish myself.
Yeah, that sounds
Any
about
new
right.
dreams you'd like to share, Dylan?
I'm glad you asked, sister. This dream, like all dreams now, felt very real. Like reality. And reality
What's with
now
these
feels
camera
like
angles
a dream.
zipping around?
Maybe it's all a dream.
It is, actually.
Maybe it's all real.
No.
Dream where my brother endlessly tells me about his dreams.
It's very
I was in
dreamy.
a dark place. And there was a dark man there. His name was Mr. Door. And he told me that there are many worlds, side by side, on top of each other, some inside of others.
Yeah, the multiverse.
In one world, there was a writer who wrote a story about a cop. In another world, the cop was real.
Yeah,
Door
that sounds
said
right.
he himself was in all of them at the same time, endlessly shifting between them. I asked him how I could reach these worlds. I wanted to bring the hiss there. But he didn't want to help me. He didn't like the idea. What did he know?
I'm not wild about the idea myself.
Through time, the thunderstorm distorts you.
And-
Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red and black. Through a mirror of the
Alright, let's hear it. What else
Here
you
we
got?
go again. Once more with feeling.
How far does this go?
Let me guess. You want to tell me about your dream?
Yes. Yes. In fact, I'm having a dream right now.
Uh-huh.
Oh. That's new.
In this dream, I'm standing in the corner watching Jesse and Dylan talk about this very dream. This very dream! He said just now! And repeated it again now! I'm standing there and watching, and that's all I can do. It's as if I'm trapped there.
In a glass box?
And that's all I have to say about that dream.
Okay, Dylan. That's good.
Wants to be called P6.
Is he still in there?
through time.
Or is this the hiss playing mind games?
This comes, white pearls, but yellow and red and
I don't know.
through a mirror of the inverted is mirror.
That was the last one of that.
If you're inside by the door, push the fingers.
That was a lot of
away. You've always been here.
nothing. Alright, so my duty. So Dylan the bad guy. Like a bad boy? Or bad as in with a D? I doubt it. He's probably just a victim. He's been contained here. If anybody, I would suspect that Jessie girl, because she... I don't know, she just seems really suspicious. Too accepting of everything.
Just when I thought things were stabilizing, Marshall abandons us.
Alright, where are we going?
What's going on?
Containment Prime Candidate Program.
I'm an upper level executive, damn it.
Outfits. No new outfits. Oh, it's gonna be over there. Which one is the closest? Probably logistics. But yeah, chances are, Dylan, if anything is just start innocent, put him in containment, treat him like a prisoner, and they basically created a villain, but I don't think that's the case. It's probably like a huge ass twist. What I'm getting fascinated by is the potential gender thing. It's like they hinted at something, and now I'm curious. It's just like I got so little time left today. Oh, that's where we're going. do I go up? That's the opposite of up. Oh shit. Okay, that's a tanky motherfucker. Dude, holy hell, look how tanky this thing is. Wait, where did I go? Still recharging? Going where? That way. I don't know, that way. And we have clearance level 6. I guess that means we should be able to go everywhere now? You're okay. New mission. Like a side mission or something. Locate the mirror in synchronicity. Hey, yeah, we could do that some next time maybe, but right now we're gonna do this one. Or at least as far into it as I can. Yeah.
Define new prime candidates. The Bureau needs a director.
I'm the director.
Our future.
Shut up, I'm the director. P7. There's more P's. Can't see shit. Hey, these guys healed. What the hell? What the hell is that? E6. And P7. What else is out here? Oh, lots of stuff. There's still a lot of game to go still. Like even putting missions, side missions aside, there's still quite a bit of main story to go. Oh wait, never mind. Hey, if I could just go to the... that don't look right. It's like my brain is bending just looking down this hallway. I think we'll go over here where it says like P6 and P7. Where it's not so bendy. Closed cases.
I wish things had gone differently in Ordinary for us. Wishing won't change things.
I don't
Finding
know.
the
Might be an
projector
SCP that does
will.
do that.
Ordinary. There's so much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's saying something. And the boy, Dylan Faden, Prime Candidate 6. And the sister as well. Once we catch up with her, but the boy, that's so much potential. We're talking Northmore level readings here. And I don't want to invoke his name, but it's completely different circumstances here. It's remarkable.
Oh yeah, very remarkable.
There was an incident.
Dylan Faden transcript. Subject was alone during this outburst. You again. I thought I told you to leave me alone. Why are you showing me this? I can't do anything. Can't you see who I am? Why don't you help me get the fuck out of here? You always show me things I can't do anything about. Stop showing me her. I don't care anymore, and I don't care about you. You both left me here to rot. Fuck off, you bitch. I will dig my own brains if it means getting rid of you. I don't want you here. Get the fucking message. Subject repeated the phrase "fuck off" numerous times before being sedated. So if you're having trouble sleeping, just come to the FBC and say fuck off a lot, and they'll give you some sedatives. Sounds like a sweet deal. Agent killed during involving codename P6. Autopsy finding: blunt force injuries to the head and neck, extensive trauma to the abdomen region, lacerations, contusions of the upper and lower torso, fracture of the spinal cord between L1 and L2 vertebrae, avulsion fracture of the 3rd through 10th ribs, left and right, blunt force, lots of blunt force, abrasion, laceration, contusions, extremities, dislocation of left and right elbow, dislocation of left and right knee. After examination, it was determined that the cause of death was internal bleeding that occurred when the blood was contorted through his blood. When, I'm guessing, when his head was contorted through his ass. I think we should just ad-lib these.
We lost a valuable member of our team, yes.
Do as you're told. Don't eat mold. Even the smallest amount of mold can cause serious harm. Contact security immediately. I'm sure that would be a great conversation. Go to security like, hi, I just ate some mold.
Is this what Dylan wanted me to see? It doesn't matter. We need to find that projector.
I'm P7. That's when we were walking by the coffee soap. Business not doing so well. Too many Starbucks. Fuck. What did I pick up? I don't even know. Case file? I just noticed there's some hotlines, but I'll look at them later. Refrigerator procedure. We didn't read this one. The Arctic Queen brand electric refrigerator model of the 1960s. No cooling functionality. Doors decorated with crayon illustrations by some butthole. The illustrations cannot be moved from the item. All attempts have failed. The paper cannot be torn. or burnt. Item first came to the Bureau's attention after it survived the collapse of New York City's Grand Central Hotel, where it served as an appliance and apartment rented by a man named It became the subject of local infamy after surviving the building's collapse. Undamaged Mr. who was out of the building at the time of the collapse, retained ownership of the item until 1974 when the Bureau purchased the item through the false identity mirror supplement. Is this the one that we just picked up? I don't even know. Blah, 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 blah. She was admitted to a mental ward for emotional instability soon after relocating to Illinois with the family in 1914. The item only appears on record again in 2006 when the Bureau investigated a sudden rise in disappearances in Illinois. Agents found the item hanging in the local library. They contained it quickly, and the missing people of the town were never recovered. Supplementary materials. We certify that the case of Mrs. has shown her to be a lunatic under the reasons of hysteria, bad company, and imaginary female trouble. Yeah, I hate when I have that imaginary female troubles. Like, I try and blame all my problems on it, and then no one believes me, and they're like, you just have an imaginary female troubles, dude. Like, no, man, come on. You have to believe me. Her fixation with the family looking glass is noteworthy, though not an uncommon matter when considering the female disposition. Mrs. Carver is a fit subject for the lunatic asylum and will remain in its confines until her affliction has passed. E.
All the times I felt paranoid, I was right. The Bureau could have given me the answers, but they just stood by.
Give me spine on me. So this is a log of them following me around, various departures and arrivals. Cheney, Sydney, Des Moines, Chicago. Okay, I don't see why that would be interesting to me, but... Oh, audio.
We used to play there all the time. Me and Dylan. And other kids as well. We loved it. This time, I remember, was different. We found a way in, deeper into it, like it had shifted.
Red shifted or blue?
We went inside, and that's where we found the slide projector.
A dump is a place for lost things. Things that have been thrown away. Did you ever feel that way when you were growing up, Jesse?
What? No.
Yes.
Yes, but that has nothing to do with...
Was there a slide projector at your home when you were small?
No.
Those were before your time, I suppose. But your family did look at photos together, maybe. In one form or the other?
Maybe.
When was this? Can you remember? At parties? Barbecues? How did it make you feel? Did your parents ever show pictures that embarrassed you? Was alcohol ever involved at these parties? Did your parents drink?
Do you touch yourself at
Did
night?
that make you uncomfortable?
No. That's just stupid. Come on. That has nothing to do with this. Nothing.
The slide projector, let me ask you this. As a child, did you ever fantasize about worlds inside pictures? Inside a painting? You know, stepping into a painting, into a hidden world, escaping and finding adventure there, away from your parents.
I don't think so. I don't remember. Maybe. I don't know.
Levitation ammo efficiency. What is this? Ammo cost while levitating. That doesn't sound good. Yeah, she was very aggressive. That parapsychologist or whatever.
They studied what happened in Ordinary here. That's the place to start looking.
up. Maybe I should put one of my armor-piercing ones on there, since the damage one I have, the other two are kind of low. Might actually be worthwhile to replace one of them with one of the armor-piercing. I see your creepy teeth delivery and raise you a dead dog. Yeah, like a straight-up deceased dog. Had a collar on it and everything. I'd been rotting in that box since they packed it up. Go ahead and imagine how that smelled. It's Uncle whining to me. I wish I got to watch a parade of human teeth. What in the shit? So, like, I have... This one's only plus 15%, which is not a lot. Maybe it would be better to do this. Damage against enemy armor plus 89%. That seems like a significant value. We'll try it out. For everything else, there's levitate. Or launch, whatever the fuck they call it. Launch. Oh goody, more reading material. Ah, shit. God damn dead fucking controls are not working with me. Game's fighting me, man. Shipping manifest. Hollow sphere, soil, garbage, whatever. Animal carcass, metal bucket, wallet, H shotgun, all materials go to whatever. That wasn't even worth the effort of having to fight the interface. Something going on over there. Oop. Nailed it. When your kamikaze run ends in a failure.
Dylan and I were both prime candidates.
Yeah, but my number's bigger than his.
Experiments.
He's only 6 or 7. We're better. Newer. Later model. Higher firmware version. Tune. Let this be cleansed. Hey, it's the New York City subway. Don't know why that
We're
would be
going
going
back
through this
home.
building, but why not?
Of course we are. It started there, and it's never gone away.
I'm gonna craft discharge. I don't feel like testing it though. But at least we'll have it. I have no particular reason to... No, I have no particular reason to give a shit about upgrading it. Access the ordinary awe area by rotating the turntable tracks. Why don't I just levitate over everything?
There's gotta be a way to rotate these tracks. Maybe there's a control panel here.
Like shooting fish in a barrel. Oh. You! What the fuck is this? Guessing it's whatever the mold stuff is, that's when that starts happening. It's probably got something to do with these. Purdy. Alright, so how do I rotate this thing? Do I just like push really hard? Maybe not in there. Wait, bridge operator, this way.
There's gotta be a way to rotate these tracks.
What's this?
Maybe there's a control panel nearby.
Maybe. Or maybe you can learn how to use your telekinetic powers to do this for us. Like, why can't we do that? Work chat teeth. Guess who had just had to inspect an inbound delivery of like 100 teensy little tiny boxes? Me, that's who, when you know what was inside each one, a single human tooth. Fucking gross. Notice, bridge alignment required to proceed. Keep tracks clear at all times.
It won't rotate.
What?
Something's blocking it.
Well, fix it. Actually destroyed one side of them. Those. That woolly stuff is always obstructing stuff. Keep off tracks. Is this like double tracks or something? They like double up on wheels for each of the carts. Actually, I can see on this. Yeah, huh. Guess this is where we go. So far, so good. Nope, no good. Oh, it's one of these invisible dudes. It's like he exploded every time I hit him. Unless I threw... I don't think I threw something explosive at him. It was just one fucking enemy. That sucks. Hey, he's got a chopper. It's like a hybrid of railroad technology and fidget spinner tech. Wait, is the propeller made out of a fucking airplane wing? Or is it just taped up or tied up on top? That's not a chopper. What the hell is this thing? Whatever it is broken. Oh. Uh-huh. Yep. No. Aha. Give me that. There, do stuff. Go. Let me push this button. That's not a button. Hey, what's up, Manly? It's going alright. Still got just a little bit of time left for me today. Oh, we need... I've got some doctor stuffs tomorrow. How about you, man? How you doing? Very good. Wait, that powered the elevator? It did? Yay. Supposed to search for the slide projector. How are we on 20 of 24? Yeah, time to do a little cleanup. Low tier, go away. And for these, we get rid of all this garbage. That'll work. Keep out. They can't tell me what to do. Lord. Then can't you read the sign that says keep out? Keep out. The first slide was a room with dirty wallpaper and dolls on the shelf. There were lots of dolls. The house was empty. No one lived there. We played there a lot. It was our secret playhouse. So these are from therapy and interview sessions. I went to school with Neil. Some kids called him Nosebleed Neil, like Neil Hosenberg missing. He was mean. He had asthma. Tom, oh my god, this is hard to read. And his gang, Freddy, yeah, stuff. Hey, button. Oop.
You're listening to America Overnight, celebrating 29 years, shining a light in the shadows. Thanks for staying with us. Here's our first caller.
What I'm about to tell you, if they found out,
I'll put the music back
I
on.
don't know what would happen.
If who found out, brother?
The men in the suits. They told me it was an industrial accident, but this is something else. Something nobody talks about. Ordinary.
This certainly doesn't sound very ordinary.
Extraordinary.
No, not ordinary. Ordinary. It's a town. And it wasn't an industrial accident. I mean, that's what they said. But that's bullshit.
Whoa, please watch the language, caller. It may be 2 a.m., but we're still a family show.
Yeah, families listen to the radio at 2 a.m.
It's just...
all the
My
time.
brother lived there. They said the town was destroyed, but it wasn't. I went there. The people are gone, but the town's there. It's still there.
So the population of an entire town disappears, yet the town remains. Tell me, was the phrase, "there is no salvation," written anywhere?
I'm not sure.
The same thing happened in Brazil in 23, a village called Rio Verde. More than 600 people just up and left. The government said they were fleeing guerrilla forces, but we know the truth. A mass abduction, as predicted by my regular guest, Dr. Quincy Reagan.
Abduction? You mean aliens? That's bullshit! I know they're lying!
Now I warned you about the language, caller. I'm afraid we're gonna have to cut you off. Good timing, too. It's time for a short break. Hang in there. America Overnight will be right back.
It was all aliens, of course. Ordinary. An AWE occurred in the town of Ordinary caused by an object of power discovered by local children at the dump outside of town. When a specific set of slides are used in the projector, the projected image opens doorways to other dimensions. Multiple slides were used by the children, resulting in the disappearance of the town's adult population. In August 2002, siblings Dylan and Jesse were playing at the local dump and they found a discarded slide projector. The team led by Director Trent, Dr. Darling, arrived at the site on whatever and all decided that the team found the Faden children who led them to the slide projector and the slides which had been burned with the exception of one. Jesse escaped when agents attempted to detain the pair. In total, 17 surviving individuals were found in the town. All of them were brought in for questioning and tests. Except for us. Or, actually, probably us too. Totally the aliens. Okay.
There is a curious correlation with the yet unknowable forces intruding upon our world in the form of altered world events. These forces gravitate toward archetypal objects, a gun, a television, a supposedly haunted house. So clearly humanity affects this process. Our collective unconscious is a map of sorts. We hold the key, but we don't know how to use it. We create these archetypes through everyday life, popular culture, urban legends, but we are observing and influencing a complicated system in action. We can change the likelihood of something being a receptacle for these forces just by thinking about it.
Uh-huh.
But we haven't found a method to control the outcome. And yet, there's something unique in us, in our dreams, in the conceptual reality with power, with our minds. What's the cause and what's the effect? Are we the starting point or just a necessary evil in this? A byproduct, a reflection, a projection? We'll struggle to find
Or
the
simulation.
answers to these hard questions. Or die trying.
No, we'll die either way, but unless he's hinting at like quantum mechanics, because then the answer is observation. That's our role. By observing an event, it creates a actual state of many possibilities. That's our role, to observe. Let's not go down that road, though. Just seeing me followed the dung monkeys to the cave. The dung monkeys? There was a lot of them. Or I'm just like picturing a monkey with like a huge dung pile rolling it along. That can't be sanitary. More of the kids from the town had joined up. It was really scary. Jesse grabbed the projector and ran. And we ran as fast as we could. They chased us. I fell and hurt my knee. Jesse tried to help me, but the dung monkeys were coming. They were just about to get us, but then Neil showed up. Neil looked like a dog. Like a melted dog, but I knew it was him. Neil said a lot of times he didn't like being a boy because Tom just beat him up. I think he liked being a dog. Uh-huh. The projector wouldn't turn off, so we changed the slide to the hand. I heard her immediately. She promised to help. Jesse said we could call her Polaris. It's because she was doing stars at school. Anyways, additional slide designation, hand verified in Bureau possession, unconfirmed existence of paranatural entities. Designation, dog, Neil. What the hell did I just read? You got monster. Sled Hill Cave. After what happened to school, to Mrs. Chester, we started spying on Tom and saw where they took the projector. Tom and his troglodytes were using the Sled Hill Cave as their headquarters. That's where the projector was. they'd been using the tumble slide. We called it that, but really it was broken concrete thing, like a warehouse or a bomb shelter or something very dark. The Not mother lived there with her babies, children, I don't know. She was feeding Tom and the others her milk. They were changing into little monsters. We called them dung monkeys. Oh, I see. The dung monkeys are people being transformed inside the projector through whatever was going on in that particular slide. Unconfirmed existence of additional slide, designation, temple. Unconfirmed existence of paranatural entities, designation, not mother. Boop. Smack. Uh-oh. Doo-doo-doo-doo. There's something else over there. What do you think is? Aw. Yay, audio thingy.
Annual evaluation of Dylan Faden, formerly P6, performed by Dr. Carla Vaughn. The questions asked here correspond to the 5th iteration of the Gunner's psychological assessment. Are you ready, Dylan?
Yes.
Let's begin then. In a single word, describe the world around you.
Where's Casper?
Wrong
Dr.
answer.
Darling is out of the building today.
He's never out. He didn't want to come, did he? He never visits, not since Roberts. Tell Darling it wasn't my fault. I couldn't control it yet, but I can now. I learned. Will you tell him?
In a single word, describe the world around you.
A prison.
That's 2
A
words.
cold, empty prison.
That's 4 more words.
Not even a poster on the wall.
Instructions were clear. 1 word.
What is the next number in the sequence 3, 6, 9, 12, 15?
18.
What day is it today?
How the hell would I know? It's not like you give me a calendar.
You find a rabbit in the woods. It is breathing, but not moving. You cannot see any blood. What do you do?
Leave it.
Eat it.
Expand on that.
It doesn't matter. The rabbit's not real. None of it's real.
What day is it today?
Do you enjoy asking people questions that can't be answered? Is this what gets you up in the morning? What you dreamed of doing as a scared, stupid little girl?
Can you describe a dog to me?
In Ordinary, we had a friend. Nosebleed Neil. And when it all went crazy, you know what I mean. Nosebleed Neil turned into a dog. Or something like a dog.
What day is it tomorrow?
Fuck off! I don't know!
Tomorrow's the day after today.
There is no calendar! How can I fucking know?
Dylan, calm down.
Fuck you! Fuck you and fuck Casper!
Yeah, Casper sucks.
Hey! Are you watching this, you old fuck? Did you send your bitch because you're too scared of me? Where is Casper?
Security, get a team in here. I need...
Who the fuck is Casper? Clearly they're not referencing the ghost. Wait. Guess I could've just done that. This is stage 4. We went in and met Polaris like a star. She told us we were special. She made us special. It felt like being born or reborn, the world fading in for the first time, familiar but somehow different. Polaris told us how to turn off the projector. So Polaris, as I understand it, is whatever's inside the protagonist's head. Which is probably not like schizophrenia or multiple personalities or something. It's probably monsters. The dung monkeys and the nut mother were coming straight at us. Dylan was crying, I turned it off, and they were gone. It was just over. I took all the slides and burned them. All of them except Hand. Unconfirmed existence of paranatural entity designation Polaris. Probably good that she has yet to mention Polaris to that Jesse. Who knows? The second slide we called a meadow, but it was really just an empty lot with a bunch of weeds. There was a shack and a phone line. It smelled like flowers there. It was powerful, intoxicating. We had crazy dreams there. It must have been because of the smell. I don't like it. Didn't like losing control. In the dreams, everything was melting, and then we'd come out, everything had melted around the projector. Neil was really into it. We found out he'd been coming there more and more on his own. Then Tom beat the secret out of Neil and found the projector. He and his goons took it. We thought Neil had got lost inside the meadow when Tom changed his slide, but that's not what happened. Unconfirmed existence of additional slide, designation meadow.
Let's see what they have on Ordinary.
Whole town's probably in here or some shit.
It's all here. Our home, our school, the woods, the dump.
I guess I called it. Is this a replica? I mean, it looks... This may not be to scale. That arm, like, really, really big. Rawr. Rawr, 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 rawr. Why would they build a replica? Fuck your replica school. Rawr. Oh, no. You. This guy looks kind of tanky, isn't he? Eat that. their grenades back at
Found
them.
the slide projector
Brilliant.
in the dump outside town. Did they recreate that too? Is that where they keep it?
Public school. We destroyed school just now. Tom and the others had gotten worse, scarier. The math teacher, Mrs. Chester, tried to make them listen and they pushed over a piano on her. Nice. That's mean, that's wrong, that's so bad. They broke her legs. Then Tom bashed her head in. Bye-bye, Miss Chester. I always liked her. I liked math. Yeah, wait till you get to calculus. You're not gonna like it too much, I don't think. That was the tipping point. It was Lord of the Flies level bad. The grown-ups realized something was wrong. The police came and literally dragged Tom and Hugo and the others away. Tom was screaming that the law would make them all go away. They enacted a curfew for every kid in Ordinary. Mom and Dad were pissed, asking us about the dump, about everything. I remember wanting them gone, like Tom had said. When we woke up the next morning, pretty much all the adults had just vanished. Was I responsible? Did I? I don't know. Disappearance of majority of Ordinary's population confirmed to result of slide projector-related AWE. Aliens, dude. Totally 100% aliens. I heard it on the radio. That was tape recorded
They
live.
say when you visit your childhood home, everything feels small. Like a miniature. Not real. They got that right.
You mentioned a poem last time we talked. By Thomas Zane?
Yes. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated.
I looked the poem up. Only I couldn't find any poet by that name. I did find a European filmmaker who moved here in the 60s, named Thomas Zane. What?
You made pornos.
I don't know matter. It suits you very well. The poem. How you see things. Maybe you wrote it yourself?
I didn't.
No matter. You've said a few times that you feel like there's a piece of you missing.
Yeah, the wiener.
Can we talk about that?
Okay. Yeah,
That wiener just fell off.
this...
Right?
I feel
Spit it out.
an emptiness, a yearning for something that I think I lost.
It's natural for you to feel that way. Your brother and your parents are dead.
No. No. Dylan's not dead. And that's not even it.
You're referring to the imaginary friend from your childhood?
Polaris, she's come back. After a long time, she's calling me. In a dream I saw, she showed me things.
Jesse.
It felt more real than anything. As real as what happened in Ordinary.
The industrial accident in your hometown?
Aliens.
That you believe Polaris caused.
No, it wasn't an accident. There was no industrial accident, and Polaris didn't cause it.
And where would the corpses
She
be?
saved me and Dylan.
Jesse.
No! It was a cover-up. The government knows about it. There were agents there.
Ah, aliens.
Agents from... I don't know.
From another
exactly.
planet.
They took Dylan. I'll find them. I won't stop looking. Polaris wants me to go to New York. There's a building there. I have to leave soon. I have to be there at a very specific time. Something hugely important is going to happen.
Jesse, you know we can't let you go until you're well.
It is Dr.
That
Unwell.
begins by understanding what's real and what's imagined.
Interesting.